I am speaking with my old friend, Tom Ryan, aka Stacy. And I have to say, I'm so happy to see you here.
I'm happy to see you too, Kate.
And you know what? What a nice film you had in there.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I've seen your work, obviously. And what the hell were you thinking when you came up with that?
I had just finished reading a collection of short stories by C.M. Eddy Jr. And it's probably a collection of maybe about 15 to 20 short science fiction stories.
Okay.
And I thoroughly enjoyed the book. And I was on vacation in Florida. And on the flight back home, I pulled out my laptop and wrote Soothsayer.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't cease to amaze me. You really don't,
Thank
because
you. It's very nice to say.
you are so eclectic in what you put out. I mean, you have you know what? I want to say you have a genre, but I feel it's actually very broad.
That's nice. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, we like to cover a lot of different types of subject matter, so that's great to hear that you noticed that. Yeah, thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So now, okay, so Soothsayer is part of the next Theater of Terror.
Yeah, Soothsayer is Act 1 of Return to the Theater of Terror, which is the sequel anthology to our 2019 release that we were honored to have you at our premiere for the Theater of Terror. Yeah.
Which I loved.
Thank you.
And so how many other shorts or parts do you have of the next anthology?
So there's 4 stories in total. Soothsayer being the first. Act 2 is Splinter.
Yes.
Yeah, which I'm happy to announce is doing pretty well on the film festival circuit right now too as well. Then our third short story is Robot, which is a sci-fi short.
Oh, that's right.
It's actually screening here tonight. Excuse me, tomorrow night as part of the midnight block, I believe it is. And the last film is Haunted, which is kind of a paranormal ghost story, and we're still shooting that one. And as a matter of fact, we're shooting this weekend the last 2 scenes for the film.
Wow.
And then we'll be done, hopefully,
Well,
with the anthology.
And then you're going to have another big premiere with this anthology?
That's the intention, yeah, that's the intention. We like to hold our premieres at the Landmark Lowe's in Jersey City. Yeah. From what I understand right now, they are under renovation. And it's possible it will not be available for the premiere. So it changes things for what I had kind of planned for this film. But we shall see.
You know what? I know you're a New Jersey fella, but I think you could probably do something at the Belmore Movies.
Yeah, we probably could.
So now, okay, so if people want to find you and find out about what you're doing, where do they go?
www.theaterofterror.net. That's Theatre, theater.
Ew, it's spelled properly.
That's right, it's spelled theater.
I like it. Yeah. That's how I spell
That's
it.
right. That's right.
So now, what? Oh, I don't even. I'm just happy.
Did you like it?
I loved it, and that
great.
like my head's spinning because I
Great.
want to ask you questions, but I asked you my questions, but I had such a good time watching your film.
Awesome.
And I'm so happy to see you because it's been way too long.
It has been.
So just thank you for talking to us.
Thank you for coming and
Stacy.
talking to me. Thanks, Stacy. Thanks again, Stacy.
I'm speaking with James Prevasilis,
Sure.
or Jimmy.
James.
James. And so we encountered you initially this evening because you were part of the table read for the screenplay.
I was, yeah.
And you were one of the actors.
I was one of the actors.
So what brought you to that?
What's that? The table read?
Yeah.
They asked me. It's that simple.
You didn't have to audition?
No, they know me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm wicked famous in this, from this block to the next block. I'm super famous. No, I have friends with Lindsay and everybody, so they offered, hey, you want to go read? Actually, I put it out there. I heard there was a reading. I said, hey, if you guys need anybody, let me know. So.
And they did.
Yeah, it's what film festivals are for,
Right,
networking.
Exactly.
So that's what happened.
Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun. I did, yeah. Great read, great script, great bunch of actors, and good crowd. It was a lot of fun.
So now, something that caught me, and you're going to have to say the name of your book, but something that caught me when they were doing a Q&A at the end of the table read was that you're actually also an author.
I am an author.
And you have a book called?
The Asshole's Guide to Everyday Living. It's a self-help book. It is. It's actually a self-help book. Right now it's on, what's it called? Barnes & Noble. It will be on Amazon. It's on mindstirmedia.com, which is our publisher. And we're just getting started. It's kind of like a soft launch. But once we get the press kit out there, and once I think when Amazon releases it, that's going to be like the actual launch date. But you could buy it now. You could type my name in, and you could just type in The Asshole's Guide to Everyday Living. I'll say it one more time. The Asshole's Guide to Everyday Living.
So I have to ask a question. Give me one quick bullet point as to how the would live.
You can't say asshole?
I'm just trying to be nice.
Oh, well.
I can say it.
All right. You're trying to be nice. This is the attempt. Okay. So the book is it's a satirical self-help book that's actually very poignant at the same time. It goes from everything about like our being an individual and our sovereignty and how it's being screwed with by all the media and the government and all that stuff, and how we're being sort of diminished, and our consciousness and our lives are being sort of hijacked, and we're being, what's the word? Turned on each other.
Okay, that's it, yeah.
And then there's also a chapter how the asshole's in the wrong place. Why would you put the dirtiest, stinkiest part of the body where you can barely reach it and see it? So the big guy fucked up, right? Apparently. So read that's chapter 3 by any chance. But it goes from that, misplacement of the asshole, to the most deepest parts of consciousness and spirituality, all in one book, in an asshole format.
So you're a spiritual asshole.
I like that. I call it the ass soul.
Oh, you're so clever.
Yeah. There's a subchapter in it. It's called the ass soul.
So what made you write this book?
Boredom. Boredom. Well, hold on. Let the assholes on the motorcycles go by. I'm an actor, and 2018, 2019, and 2017 to 2019, I did very well. I was on a lot of TV shows. I was on Ray Donovan, The Deuce, Blacklist, Billions. I produced 2 of my own films.
Oh.
Now the friggin' train.
It's so good. We have a microphone.
I know. Now the asshole train is coming by. Everything's a big asshole to me. So I wrote a film in 2017 called The Prime. It screened here at Life, and it's about a post-pandemic Orwellian world. So I basically Nostradamus that. And then my second film, which was supposed to have the 2020 run, but something happened, I forget. It was called 3 Grand Souls. Also played at Life, but it was also online. They
I wouldn't have seen that. Sorry.
Yeah, it kind of stunk. The film was great, but the year sucked. So it was very distressful. I'm sitting there doing nothing, and all these people started putting books out, and I was kind of complaining, like, well, people I know, all of a sudden they're authors because Amazon has the author program. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And I complained to a friend of mine. I said, look at everyone writing books. And she's like, why don't you write a book? And I swear to God, it just popped in my head like from God, The Asshole's Guide to Everyday Living. And I looked up and said, really? That's the freaking book you want me to write?
Hello? Yeah.
So that's like my lot in life. Somebody had to write that book, and I'm the guy.
Wow. I'm kind of impressed by that.
Me too. Hey, somebody's got to love me. Might as well be me. Wow,
very
So that's the book. So I got that, and also I'm part of something called the IFT, Independent Film Theater Network, which is going to be like the poor man's Netflix. What we're doing is we're taking all the independent films, short films, and we're making a streaming platform, and it's a shared revenue platform as well. So if you're a filmmaker or a producer, or if you just want to check out the site, it's $6 a month. Yeah, it's $5.99 a month. And it's just, it's a streaming service, and there's a lot of great films. So if you like independent film, if you like short films, because the problem is with short films, once they're done with their festival run, they're basically sitting on a hard drive, and that's it. So we're giving them a home, plus all the features and web series, and filmed theater as well. So like, when people film theater, they do like a professional.
I understand that concept.
Boom. So we have all that there, and it's a lot of great stuff, and that's iftnetwork.com. I've been busy considering the world shut down. I did a lot. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So now, okay, so iftfilmnetwork.com.
Yeah, we have an app.
And
it's on the App Store, or one of those stores. The PlayStation Store. The hell's that thing
We're very
called?
busy right now.
Yeah. Oh, the Play Store.
The
Yeah.
Play Store. Oh,
IFT
wait, are
Network
you a Samsung?
Yeah, I'm a Samsung.
Oh, I shouldn't have even interviewed him.
Oh, you're not Apple. Apple. Let me pay $2,500 for basically a plate.
I got stuck.
A plate with a screen.
I got stuck in the damn Apple and I can't get out. You know, once you're stuck in something, you cannot move.
With the computers, yeah. The phones, I refuse. I refuse. I'm not going. Otherwise, I'll be full fucking bot, and I'll just be like, you know, I'll be an Apple bot.
So now, okay, if people want to find out about you, where do they go?
Let's see, where do they go? I'm trying to remember my name. Oh no, JamesPravasilis.com. That's James, Pravasilis, not Pravasilis, Pravasilis.com. That's my website. You can just Google me. That's so pretentious, isn't it?
I love it. Just Google me.
Just Google me, man.
Just Google me.
Just Google me,
Google
dude.
me, man.
So, yeah, I got a lot going on. So I'm an author, screenwriter, actor, filmmaker, and asshole. Oh, she said asshole.
I did what?
You said asshole. Say it again.
Well,
What's the name of my book? What's the name of my book? Say the.
It's
The. Asshole. Oh, this is pathetic. This is pathetic. Pathetic. Sad. You're a grown-ass woman.
What's the name of your book?
The Asshole's Guide to Everyday Living.
Uh-huh.
That's that.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
It was.
We'll do this again.
Absolutely.
How about tomorrow?
Saturday. You here Saturday?
No.
Okay, we're not negotiating. Check him out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, assholes.
I am speaking with Anthony Grasso, Anthony Robert
Grasso.
Grasso.
Officially changed a few years ago. And there's a long story why.
Okay.
I won't get into it.
We'll address that at another time.
Another time.
So tonight you were in a film.
Yes.
Called?
Soothsayer.
And
sci-fi kind of thriller.
And that was from the Theater of Terror.
Mm-hmm. And it's a throwback to like Twilight Zone and Hitchcock.
It was
had that Hitchcock music, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you were very compelling, I have to say.
Thank you. You know, it's hard to watch in a genre that's a little different than how we normally talk, so that was kind of cool. So thank you.
Oh, I thoroughly
it's hard
enjoyed
to
it.
watch
I
yourself,
really did.
period.
Oh yeah, hello.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're also here. Not only were you here for Soothsayer, you're here for something else.
I'm here for a film that I directed that my wife Diane Harrington wrote. It's called Crumb Cake. It premiered last night, and it's about three sisters who come home to their mom's passing suddenly, and they have to kind of go through the home, and then all this stuff comes up in their past and how they're going to navigate their futures. So it was fun. It was fun. My wife loosely based it on her sisters because she's one of three sisters.
Okay.
And so the challenge with that was doing 21 pages in 2 days, which was a lot of dialogue. Yeah, it was a lot. And it took place mainly in one house on a location, and I did an exterior shot outside, but for the most part it's mainly in the house. So to keep it moving, that was hard. You know, I didn't want it to be like two people chit-chatting. You know, I really wanted to make sure that it was compelling, it was moving. So I think we achieved it. I don't know, we'll see.
Wow.
You know, people seem to really like it.
I was just going to ask you, how was the feedback?
It was really received well. I got a barrage of texts today saying it was pretty powerful. People were crying, so that was kind of cool. You know.
Oh my God, crying?
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
And my wife, you know, she's been writing, and this was kind of close to her vest, and so to see it being received that way, it was nice. It was really nice.
That's good.
I was really proud of her.
I love it. And now, how's it feel to be back here at the Long Island International Film Expo?
It's kind of cool. You know, in 2000, I believe, 18, I was lucky enough to win Best Actor for a film, Kill Al, where I played a terrible character, mean guy.
Best Actor.
Yeah. And then the year later, I came back for Wink by the late John Gallagher, who's a wonderful, wonderful director, a friend of mine, and I won Best Supporting Actor. So that was like kind of a cool, you know, little stint there. But I've had like 13 films here.
Really?
In the last 5 years, yeah. Yeah. So I love these people. I love them. They're the best. They're the
I'm
best.
right there with you.
I mean, they're a real lover of films, and I don't know. I like to hang out with people who like films and, you know, and see the way I look at things. And Deborah's amazing, you know.
She is amazing. So now, if people want to check you out, where do they go?
You go to anthonyrobertgrasso.com. I also teach acting. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I've been a teacher for like 23 years. I teach on-camera training. So you can see everything on there, from my directing to my teaching to my photography and to acting, of course.
That's great.
Acting is like my main thing. You
So
know, people say, "Are you a director or an actor?" I go, "I'm an actor who directs." Pretty simple.
That works.
Yeah.
That works.
I like working with actors. I love actors. I'm an actor, so.
I want to say thank you for talking to us.
This is so great. Thank you. I didn't even know you were doing this. He says, "Get over here." Thanks. Thank
Check
you.
him out.
Check it out. Come on. And Crumb Cake hopefully will be in another one soon. We're getting ready for the circuit.
Very cool. I'm speaking with Chad Coleman, and you are here with Wish Lab Inc.
Correct. That is my short film, myself and Noemi, Sophia Bodinger, and Robert Monroe, executive producers, along with Sam Dysenberger, the director. So, yes, this was first time for an American audience to see it. So, it was awesome. Yes.
Oh, that's great. So you brought it home.
Yes,
Here.
yes. I mean, you know, it is our desire for it to be in many festivals, and this happened to be the first one, so it's very special.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what did you think about the reaction?
Oh, I love that. I think people received it. I don't think they could have received it any better. You know, it's an amazing, deep, somewhat twisted, bizarre deal, you know. So, but people took the ride with us, and the response afterwards was wonderful. So I'm happy with that. Yeah.
So what made you bring this to the screen?
Well, this was based on a play by one of my producing partners, amazing Susan Haar, and it was called Socrates, which, you know, is a city in upstate New York. And so when I read the play, it just resonated with me on so many levels, from, you know, relationship to the science and all of the questions of ethnic questions, moral questions, but more than anything, a tragic love story just rang true for me.
Well, it rings true for every one of us, doesn't it?
I hope so, yes. That's one thing we do all have in common. We all have to negotiate love and relationship.
Absolutely. Well, if people want to check out the film, check you out, where do you suggest they go?
Well, right now, there's nowhere to see it because we're still submitting to
festivals. If they
festivals.
want to find out about it, let me clarify.
Wish Lab, at Wish Lab Inc. on Instagram. Yeah, at Wish Lab Inc. on Instagram.
And now, so is this your only time here on Long Island? Are you out after tonight? You going to be hanging around?
No, I'll be around. I'm doing signings tomorrow from 4:30 to 9 here, and then I'm going to check out the 9 o'clock block of the other films.
Wow, well, that's great.
Yes.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Chad Coleman.
Yeah.
I'm speaking with Rick Hamilton of the
Chain NYC Film Festival. So, as the name would imply, we are right in Midtown Manhattan, West 36th Street. We have 2 floors, the 3rd and the 4th floor.
And when does that take place?
We are starting this year on August 4th, and we'll be playing from August 4th to August 14th. So for all the audiences, your programming will actually start on the 5th. The 4th is just a filmmaker meet and greet. We'd like everybody to kind of meet each other, start talking about their films, get them interacted and watching the programming that we have.
Excellent. And now you're here today at Life's doing a Better Festing panel.
Yes.
How was that?
It was amazing. So Deborah Markowitz, well, first, I have actually shown my films here at Life several years ago. And then we have shown Deborah Markowitz's films. So there's a little, so Deborah and I have met over the years a couple of times. So it was really nice to actually be invited to come in and just talk about festing and talk to the filmmakers. It's a good way to demystify this process. It seems like, you know, they just show up and the festival's already going, but there's a lot. It's months of planning and programming and selection that goes into it. So it's good for them to hear about, you know, what we're thinking.
Oh, absolutely, because until I got a little more involved in at least interviewing people here, I had no idea. I had no idea. You go,
right?
it happens, and it doesn't take a year to plan.
Yeah, yeah. Which is just like, you know, the audience actually will think that about your film too. You know, the film just shows up, right? You didn't have to write it. You didn't have to like cast it. You didn't have to do all those things.
Edited sound and on it, yeah.
So it's a good way. I think some of the filmmakers, one makes it just a more approachable. You can find out about other filmmakers and other film festivals, and you know what they're looking for. I think that was actually a good conversation that we had was. Know your festival. Like, what if you have a specific kind of film, you're not going to submit it to every festival. It's just not going to be right for you. And so it helps if you know who you're talking to.
It does. It does. Now, what do you want people to know that maybe they wouldn't think to ask you?
Oh, my favorite thing about the Chain NYC Film Festival is how much we love the filmmakers. We really love to talk to them about their films. We like to talk to them in depth about it. We do a Q&A session, and nothing against any other film festival, but a lot of film festivals, you know, you might have a lineup of films and you kind of get some generic questions. We actually do one-on-one talks after each film specifically about your film. So if your film was about mental health, that's going to be some of the themes of what we're talking about. I'm just not asking you, like, you know, where did you make your film? So it just gives a personal touch. We really treat the filmmaker like an artist, and then we want to spark this conversation between our audience and the artist, and it just becomes a cycle. The more the audience knows about you and your work and what you're doing, the more that they can then choose to follow you and see what else you're going to be working on.
Absolutely. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's about more than just one film. We want to know about your career. We want to know about your trajectory, where you've been, and where you're going to go next.
I love it. Yeah. Now, if people want to look up your festival, where do they go?
Chainfilmfestival.com. You can also find us. We are a functioning theater company as well, and so that is chaintheater.org. We have a play festival going on right now, so we're running one acts. We're going to be doing our film festival in August, and then this summer we're doing our summer main stage production of a brand new play called McBitches. Come out and see it. It is as fun as that title suggests. And then in the fall we're doing the world premiere of What Passes for Comedy by G.D. Kimball that I happen to be directing. So definitely come check that one out.
That's great.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of programming going on at the Chain. So chaintheater.org will send you to all of our links, but chainfilmfestival.com specifically if you're interested in the film festival.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Check him out. So I am speaking with Angie Hansen and Michelle Traina of Divorce Diaries, which is screening very soon.
Yes.
So how do we feel about it?
I'm excited. I don't know what. Why am I so uncomfortable? I'm like, ooh.
Why? You don't have to lean over.
The show is about uncomfortability.
You don't need to lean over. Never lean over, Michelle.
I'm always going to lean over for you, Angie.
We're
very excited. We are very excited about Divorce Diaries. The goal is to make you laugh through the whole post-divorce journey of my life.
Or any sort of relationship journey.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't relate at all.
I think that you will be able to relate so much.
You don't have to be divorced to like the story. It's just about acceptance and self-doubting and using humor as the lens, I feel like, right? Like, a lot of life is about questioning, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? And divorce always is like the scarlet letter where you're like, oh, you failed. But in essence, I actually feel like I won because I got divorced. I feel like I found myself again.
Yeah, and you got to start over.
You get to start over, and you discovered everything from marriage to the separation to divorce. And you start to rediscover things from your past that may have been the cause of things from your present.
Realization.
Yeah. And still make the same mistakes even though you realize it.
Well, because you got to make them at least 5 times.
At least, maybe 6.
I mean, they say like history repeats itself, and so I like to be consistent with that.
So now, this is not your first festival?
No.
So how's the rest of it been going?
It's been going really well. We've been doing a lot of online festivals, and we did one in Jersey in person. This is our Brightside. Yes, and this is our first New York.
This is our New York premiere.
Yeah. What? That's right. I have a special place in my heart for Long Island. I feel like my baggage from my divorce is like the Long Island Expressway. I was working on a stroke because it's always crowded and it stops. You think you're moving and then it stops. You know, you get stuck. I identify with this.
But it's better late at night.
It's better late at night.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about me. I'm not better late at night sometimes.
Maybe sometimes.
Well, it depends if I've had a glass of wine.
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. I'm in Divorce Diaries too.
Yes, baby.
We just found our groove.
Exactly.
So, but okay. So now, what else is coming up? What's next?
We're just trying to get an investor so we can start filming more episodes. See, we got it going on. So that's the main goal.
Okay.
And then continuing the film festival circuit and getting it out for people to see. And I also do the show live. So the show is based off my life, this television series. But Divorce Diaries Live is a one-woman comedy show. So I travel with the show. And so while I'm traveling with the show, I'm promoting the TV series too and just continuing the journey. Content
Yes.
about this whole idea of, my life, but I also see it down the road. It's taking on different lives of other people's diary entries where it's like, you know, everybody's a hot mess sometimes, right? And everyone feels like they're on the outskirts sometimes. And that's kind of the theme of living your best self no matter where you are in life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, if people want to look you up, where do they go?
So divorcediaryshow.com, and then Angie also, as a director, has her whole other, plug your stuff, because you have your whole other, Angie,
Yeah. I mean, you can find me on Facebook.
She's also an actress.
I am. I'm also an actress, director, producer.
She is a lot.
But yeah, you can find me on Facebook under Angie Hansen. On all of my other social media, I'm ADH on the road.
That's right.
Actually, Michelle and I met through a touring company. I've known her since before she got married, through the divorce, and now after the divorce.
I knew it was going to be a relationship that would never go away, and she would always like more than just friend, like business and professional, because when I was touring on the road with your company.
Yeah, I directed her right out of college.
Right out of college. And the last day of the tour, we all got drunk, and on my way to the airport, I had to throw up in the car, and she just opened the door, let me throw up. I didn't even think for a second, hey, this looks unprofessional, Michelle, because she didn't make it look like a big deal.
I just like open the door, I'm like, all right, and then we're going to continue on to the airport.
And I never once thought, oh, that wasn't professional of me. I was just like, Andrew's really a great director.
Oh my God. And that's how great relationships are made.
Right.
No judgment.
No judgment.
No
Yes,
judgment.
no judgment.
And a safe place to be.
That is actually a big theme of Divorce Diaries.
Yeah,
I mean, I
100%.
think that's a connection between acceptance, self-doubt, and it's just feeling the no judgment. And these people that are in your life and the characters in the show, they show a lot of judgment. I mean, you know, and I feel like those are some of the experiences we all have that I decided to create from. It's like, gosh, I always feel like I'm getting judged, even when I'm not getting judged.
Well, everybody judges.
Yeah.
We all,
Right?
Yeah.
even if we're not judgmental, we all judge.
It's a
We're
human.
thinking it.
We're thinking it. And I think it's a good lens of like, because I do it in the show and I'll judge the perfect moms. Like, and they really are going through their own thing too.
Yeah.
So.
What is a
They're not
perfect
perfect.
mom? What is a perfect mom? I thought okay. So now this is your interview, but when I had kids, I thought I would immediately be able to wrap presents properly. It didn't happen.
Oh, I can wrap presents for you.
Oh
I'm
my
very good at that. I don't have kids, but
I don't care because I do and I
but
suck.
I am very good at wrapping presents.
Or you could be I've had family households that were like, Santa doesn't wrap gifts. Like my aunt used to do that.
Really?
She used to be like, we
I'm
don't
friends
wrap
with
gifts.
Santa Claus. Oh, so are
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
And I will tell you, I loved, when I was a kid, I was like, why doesn't my aunt wrap the kids' gifts? And my mom's like, shh, they still believe, of course they believe in Santa. But like,
Santa's real.
Santa is real. We're friends with Santa.
Yes, we know
I
Santa
forgot.
personally.
Well, that man owes me money, so.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know. I was trying to do a spoof off that I was his mistress, but I'm joking. I was not.
I'm sorry, Santa Claus. We love you.
So yeah. So I feel like there is no ideal perfect mom. I think even in the series Perfect Mom's characters, as I'm looking at her and how the women that I've met that give me the inspiration. Like I had a school mom that saw me in the park, we were talking, and literally said to me, and not joking, asked me, oh, are you doing any more kids shows? And I told her, yeah, it got postponed because I had another show in Florida. And she looked at me, she goes, oh, so do you like make a living off of this? I said, yeah, I'm an actor. I have a comedy show called Divorce Diaries. She interjected and said, oh, so just scraping by? And then I literally, before I could say anything, she just went, no, just kidding. Isabella, we have to go. Your brother's up at bat. Like, she literally did that beat to beat to beat and didn't even think it was insulting because she just thought she was making witty banter. But it was Yeah. It was like a dagger. I know. Everybody said that, and I was like, no one's going to believe me that she actually said it. She actually said that.
I believe that.
And a week later was the person who was there for me when I was upset about an issue with my daughter's gymnastics, how it wasn't feeling inclusive enough. Ironically, right? So it's like
But
that.
was she there for you?
But was she? I know. Well, she is a child with special needs. My daughter has, ADHD and has an IEP, so I feel like she could connect on that level. But she still is capable of making these judgmental comments that it's like, bro, what is wrong with you? Right. So I feel like in the story, my goal is to try to get that out there. Kind of like that movie Crash. Remember when you would have all these different scenes that everybody collided together at one point with the central theme? But it also is this lens of like, there's so many people that will say, yeah, I'm always in the weeds. I'm always in the weeds as a mom or in a relationship. But when you see the show, you'll really see that I am desperately in the weeds. And it's going to make you feel better about life.
It will.
Well, my. I want to say thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you for having us.
And, okay, check them out.
Please. Yes, please. DivorceDiaryShow.com. Angie Hansen, Michelle Trina. You rock.
Kate Fox.
Kate Fox.
Kate Fox. I'm speaking with Ryan Moore of Marijuana Minutes.
Hello.
Hello. So, what's going on with your film, Marijuana Minutes?
Well, there's weed involved, and a little bit of time travel, and and a lot of laughs.
Time travel.
Time travel. So the main character has a vape, and whenever she pulls on it, she rewinds time.
How far back does she go?
However long she pulls on it.
Really?
Yeah. So she just uses it as like a reset button. Try to get laid, try to get jobs, etc.
Wow. And now, is this your first festival? Have you been doing the circuit?
This is festival number 2.
Okay.
We did one Roosevelt Island Film Festival. Then we're doing this one. We have another 7 or 8 lined up, and hopefully some more.
Very cool. So, okay, what's the best part about this particular festival?
Well, so far it's been really cool. Very hospitable. You know, some festivals you kind of are pushed in and pushed out. This one's very open, very fun. The Filmmakers Lounge is really cool. The programming has been awesome. So, yeah, really been enjoying it.
Great, that's great. Now, if people want to check out your movie or check out you, where do they go?
You can go to marijuana_minutes_film for our Instagram, or Marijuana Minutes Film for Facebook. And we have a website, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
We can look it up.
I think it's marymins.com or something. I don't know.
So now, what is something I didn't ask you that you want to answer?
Let's see. I prefer indicas. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, over sativas for my weed choice. I don't know. People always ask me weed questions because it's a weed movie.
It is a weed movie.
It is a weed movie. Lots of weed smoking. Although it was mostly CBD. We were professional.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
Thank you for speaking to me.
No problem. Thank you for having
You're welcome.
all of us. We got a whole big crew here.
Oh,
We're excited.
Yay! Check them out. Check them out.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. I am here with my friend Patrick Devaney,
Hello.
and you were at the table read of the script of the screenplay on
Yes.
Thursday.
Yes. It was really, really cool. It was a script called Typhoid Maria by Timothy Porter, and it's the first time I'd read his work before, and I thought he did a great job. It was an excellent script. It's the kind of thing I would love to see actually produced. And so if anyone's out there looking to produce a feature-length, really cool sci-fi thing, call Tim. And yeah, we had a wonderful time with it. I had worked with a couple of the actresses before, which is always a treat. And my first time working with Diana Porter. I've known her for a couple of years. First time I've ever actually done with her. Yeah.
Very cool.
So that was cool. That was cool.
You had the most lines of anyone.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I was the narrator for the script, and it's very descriptive heavy.
Yes.
So I had there was a couple of pages in a row that was just me prattling on endlessly, but it was really cool though.
It was great.
You know?
It was great.
It was great description. You can't people don't understand like how much you need that in the script, and it seems excessive, but when you see it on screen, it's not excessive. It's descriptive.
Right.
It's needed, so it's hard to read it to an audience, though.
Those 5 pages that you're narrating turn into like 10 seconds, sort of, right?
Right. But it's vital, though. It's vital, you know, especially because it was one part of the story. There's an enormous storm coming in. So a lot of description of, you know, how the waves are building, the water's rising, things like that. And it's like, you know, in abstract, it's kind of strange to be reading this to a room of people, but you need that. You need that, and that's the difference between just, you know, reading a story to someone and reading a script. So it's a whole different thing. But it was great. It's an awesome story. It's an awesome story, and I love that they're doing this here.
Well, this was the first time they did a read-through like that.
Right. Yeah, and I've done it a couple of times at different conventions and different festivals, but I love that they're doing it here at Life. And I hope it becomes a normal thing, because that's something that every festival should have. If you're going to be submitting scripts, I really think there should be a means where whoever comes up on top of that list, you know, get the actors together and have it at least a read. At least a read.
Absolutely. So now, okay, we're talking about why you were here, but what do you got going on?
I got a number of things going on. During the pandemic, we produced a web series, a 3-part web series called Visitation, and everybody was in isolation, and everybody had to self-produce their own pieces. And then I stitched them all together. That's actually going to be playing at the Festival of Cinema, New York City, on August 6th.
August 6th.
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. And it's playing at the Midway Movie Theater in Forest Hills, which is my home theater. It's the theater, when it was still one movie palace, it's the theater I saw my very first movie in. My first live-action movie. My parents took me a long, long time ago. And so that's like my home theater. I saw everything there. I saw the Terminator there. I saw everything there.
Wow.
You know?
Oh, that's so cool.
So to have something I wrote be shown there is really, really cool.
I love that.
You know? And 2 weeks from tomorrow, I'm going to be shooting a new short film with one of my best friends and a really good actress, Heather Drew. And it's our first time in a scene together. We know each other a decade. And
You've never done a scene with her before?
I've never had a scene with her before. I've always either been directing her or I've been in some kind of production with her. I've never actually been in a room in a scene with her.
Wow.
And I'm looking very much forward to that. And that's all I can really talk about right now, because I'm sworn to secrecy or they have to kill me. And then, you know, but right now, yeah, that's what we're doing. And it's the two of us in this scene, and it's going to be very, very intense. And I'm looking forward to it. 15 days. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really looking forward to that. And I've got 3 scripts that are ready to go, and hopefully one of them is going to be shot by the end of the year, hopefully, and the other 2 following up for next year.
Wow, all right.
So yeah, so I'll hopefully have something of my own and something I'm acting in be submitted here next year.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's going to be, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Now, if people who don't know you want to find you, where can they go?
You can find me on Facebook, my name, Patrick Devaney, or you can go to pdevaney.com, and everything is there, all my work that is not currently in festivals, and my reel and everything else, all the information about everything we're working on, and you can go right there and check that out, pdevaney.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Check him out.